It was really amazing and kind of a surprise because they have this banquet and everyone shows up at the banquet, and we had a table kind of off to the side.
So it was a big evening where you had to dress up, and my parents flew in from out of town, and we went, and it was a big surprise. I mean, I'd never won anything, and so I was not expecting anything. I was just expecting a nice evening, and then it turns out I got it. And it was televised, so my students got to see it, and they came back and they were so excited. And then I went from there to the White House, which was equally exciting. My students, when they found out I was going to meet President Obama, they said, "He loves doing fist bumps, you have to get a fist bump." I go in to meet President Obama, we get our cursory handshake photo, and then I turned to him and I said, "Listen, I know this is probably, not very kosher, but," and I explained to him that my students want me to, and I said, "I'm about to raise my fist, if you'll please give me a fist bump." And I'm in the middle of explaining, he's like, "Oh, sure," boink, and we get our extra picture, and so I was the only teacher that walked away with 2 pictures.
Yeah, when the kids come up to us in restaurants or at the store or out of nowhere, they come to her and they want to talk to her, even when sometimes they've been out of her class for 2 or 3 years.
A year ago, I was in Walmart, and I'm just doing my thing, and somebody comes up to me and goes, "Ms. Powers," and I turn around, there's this man with a beard, and he's saying, he goes, "Once upon a midnight clear," and he starts reciting the Raven. I said, "You have to be a former student." And he said, "Yeah, don't you remember me?" I'm like, "Well, you've changed a little bit. I've gotten older, you've just changed." And he's explained that he was one of my students. He still remembered his part when we did Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. He starts reciting it right there in the store, and it's just those kind of moments make you really, just love what you do. Devon was a student in my 5th grade literacy class. Well, one thing I like to do with my students is challenge them every once in a while for writing by joining some kind of a contest. He goes, "Okay," so he came in every day for a week and a half. He goes, "But guess what?" I said, "What?" He said, "I called my sister. I got to talk to my sister last night." I'm like, "Great." And he said, "I read her my essay." I said, "That's fantastic." I said, "What did she say?" She didn't say anything, she just started crying. I said, "Why?" He said, "She didn't know I was a writer, and I didn't know I was a writer either. And she's a soldier in Afghanistan." She said she hasn't seen me for so long, she was so proud. Those kind of stories, you can't find that anywhere else in life, so it's for students like him that I teach.
Kathy's been involved with the AEA forever. I mean, she strongly believes that teachers need support.
I've been a part of Education Association since I was a student in college. So I joined as a student, and I've been a member ever since because I think it's my professional guild. I know that they're out there fighting for me in policy circles. They have the time to do that kind of work so that I can have the time and the freedom to be with my students and focus completely on my students. So I feel like they're out there representing me in all things. And then, insurance. So if something happens, then I know that they're there to protect me, and I like the network. I think it's a great professional network. And I feel like we, should have pride in our profession and be out there fighting for it. So I'm a very proud member of the AEA. I am Kathy Powers, and I am the AEA.